Joining me now from House Armed Services and House Intelligence, Georgia Congressman Austin Scott. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks for being here.
Hey, good to see you too.
President Biden says he has an ironclad commitment to Israel in the same week that he's talking about giving a waiver on Iranian sanctions. It does seem like there's a conflict of stories going on here, no?
Oh yeah, no. I wish that he were telling the truth. That he had an ironclad commitment to the people of Israel. He simply has shown gaps in that relationship and that alliance between the U.S. and Israel, and that has created a problem for our country, our allies in Israel. So he needs to be consistent with what he says. There needs to be that ironclad commitment to Israel. And that commitment is key to peace in the Middle East.
Well, President Trump seems pretty clear about what's going on here. Let me just roll a tape of what he said about it yesterday. Roll it.
Biden has totally lost control of the Israel situation. He has abandoned Israel. He's totally abandoned Israel. And frankly, you know, he's a low IQ individual. He has no idea where he is and who he's supporting. He doesn't know if he's supporting the Palestinians, but he knows one thing. He is not supporting Israel. He has abandoned Israel. And any Jewish person that votes for a Democrat or votes for Biden should have their head examined.
You think he has abandoned Israel entirely?
Well, I think he supports whoever's in front of him. And so if people who support Israel are in front of him, then the president says he's going to support Israel. If people who support the other side are in front of him, then he says he's going to support them. And I'll tell you, I hope Americans will look long and hard at this proposal that he's put forward to build this pier. You're talking about a U.S. military mission in an area that is well armed and hostile to the United States of America. This is a mistake to build that pier. The risk to building that pier far outweighs the benefit of it. And I can tell you, our U.S. troops will be fired upon if he pushes forward with that proposal.
Well, you know, there's another risk about coddling Iran, as some would say he's doing by the sanctions relief. They are now, or at least the Revolutionary Guard in Iran, is threatening to take over the Straits of Hormuz, which would essentially cut off a huge section of oil traffic between the Middle East and the rest of the world. We already have prices of oil up above $85 a barrel. That could make oil skyrocket to above $100.
Absolutely, and you've got the alliance between China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran. Why would we want to do anything to help any of those people with all of the things that they're doing and the disruptions that they've created throughout the world? And so the one thing I will tell you is that we should have never become dependent on any foreign source of oil for our energy inside this country. And so when Joe Biden talks about being concerned about things happening overseas that increase the price of a barrel of oil, a lot of that's his fault with what he's done to our oil and gas industry right here inside the United States of America. So he's talking out of both sides of his mouth when he talks about these issues. And we're all concerned about the price of a barrel of oil, but you know, I'll tell you, we could pump more of it right here inside the United States of America if we simply supported U.S. industry.
Well, one thing that, and we got to make this the last one, but there is a political calculation going on with Democrats right now, trying to appease some of the Muslim contingent who might not vote for Joe Biden in Michigan and Minnesota. And Rashida Tlaib is probably the best example of. We caught up with Rashida Tlaib. Hillary Vaughn did. Yesterday. I just want to roll that tape and get your reaction. Roll it.
Congresswoman Tlaib.
Fox News. I don't talk to Fox News.
At a rally in your district, people were chanting "Death to America." Do you condemn?
I do not talk to Fox News.
But do you condemn chants of "Death to America"?
I don't talk to people that use racist tropes.
Why can't you just say whether or not you condemn people chanting "Death to America"?
Is it a racist trope, Congressman, to condemn people who chant "Death to America"?
Absolutely not. And not only should they be condemned, but if they're not U.S. citizens, their visas should be revoked and they should be sent back to the country that they came from. So I don't need anybody in this country or believe that anybody in this country that's screaming "Death to America" is an asset or an ally or a friend of the United States. They should be sent back to their home country if they're not a U.S. citizen.
Congressman Austin Scott, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.